Welcome to Carol and Gary's See America Tour. Hello everyone. Well, Carol and I have been hearing stories about wild horses that live in the desert around the Salt River a few miles north of Apache Junction. So after coffee one morning, we jumped in the car and headed north with Jasper. Here we're passing Usery Mountain on our right. When we got to Bush Road, we turned right and headed east. After driving a while and not seeing any horses, we pulled off the road and took some pictures. We saw a couple guys fishing for trout. A fisherman in the parking lot said that we needed to drive a little farther up Bush Road and then turn off at Butcher Jones Road. He said that some of the wild horses have been known to go to the Butcher Jones beach to drink. We stopped at Saguaro Lake Marina to look around and take some more pictures. So back on the Bush Highway, we drove until we reached Butcher Jones Road. Butcher Jones Beach is located within the boundaries of the Tonto National Forest. Here we are driving down the narrow Butcher Jones Road. We will see an area near the beach where people can unload and ride their off-road vehicles in a sandy area. Shortly after we arrived at Butcher Jones Beach, we met a U.S. Forest Service volunteer named Larry, who gave us a book about the horses and shared some of their history. There are 150 to 200 wild horses roaming around the Tonto National Forest in bands of 3 to 10 horses. A typical band consists of a lead stallion, a lead mare, and their offspring. While waiting for the horses to show up, I noticed a cactus growing along the side of the hill. We also saw what appeared to be a memorial cross on the hillside. Larry, the Forest Service volunteer, said that this was a tribute to an 11-year-old girl named Sarah Melendez who became entangled and drowned in the eelgrass that grows underwater in some areas along the beach during early 2014. At 5:30 that afternoon, with it starting to get dark and bummed that we hadn't seen any wild horses, we decided to head back toward Apache Junction. We were driving down the road and talking when all of a sudden Carol screamed, "Horse!" I slammed on the brakes, just missing a dark-colored horse to our left. Whew! I had not seen that coming. After regaining my composure, I turned the car around and parked on the shoulder of the road, grabbed the camera off the dash, and told Carol that I'd be right back. My plan was to try and take a picture of this horse. Here are some pictures of the horse that I almost hit. The pictures have been lightened due to the dim light. This horse didn't run away from me, but it did maintain approximately 50 feet of separation between us for several minutes. After the horse finally walked down into a ravine ahead of us, I gave up and started back toward the car, when all of a sudden another horse came trotting by to my right. When I returned to the car, Carol said that while I was gone, that Jasper had started growling, and that another horse had crossed the road directly behind where I had parked. The second horse that I saw was probably the horse that Carol saw cross behind the car. Excited that we had actually seen two horses the night before, Carol packed some water and snacks the next morning, and we drove back out to Butcher Jones' recreational area. Our plan was to walk around to see if we could find more horses. When we arrived at the beach, the first thing I noticed was the fresh horse manure. Larry, the volunteer, had been walking around picking up horse manure the day before, so the manure we found the second morning had to have been deposited late the previous night or early that morning. We saw a sign that said that the Butcher Jones Trail follows the Saguaro Lake shoreline, so we decided to follow that. It wasn't until we got back to the trailhead that we would find that the trail had been 5 miles long. Here is some desert vegetation along the trail. The trail was relatively flat, but there were some areas where we had to be careful with our footing. Here is a view of the Butcher Jones Beach looking back from an elevated spot on the trail. Looking west, we believe that this is what is known as Four Peaks. Well, it's starting to get dark again, and we haven't seen any horses all day, so I'm going to end this video right here. If you enjoyed this video but have not yet subscribed, please do so to be notified of future videos, and feel free to share with your friends and family. Thanks for watching.